This is a quick update video, and I'm still working on my essence of thought response and another video on teleology and a biocentric universe, so stay tuned for those. But it appears a new development has occurred with MrRepzion. I was contacted the other day by an individual named I Must Destroy All, whose channel is in the annotation, and he has had some previous dealings with MrRepzion, and from the sound of it, they corroborate what I was thinking about him. Anyway, he gave me some interesting footage of MrRepzion, which I will share in this video. So, it appears that Daniel has seen my last video, which may be why his December videos have miraculously appeared out of nowhere. You know, that way he doesn't look quite so bad. Now, I'm guessing that they were actually put on private, so he could pretend to have mysteriously lost them only 2 hours after being called out on his baloney story, but I don't know for sure. In any event, as you know, he sexually harassed Emanuela and encouraged his fans to bully her in one of his recent videos. Now, his baloney defense was that he was pretending it wasn't akin to sexual harassment, even though he describes it pretty much as such in a previous video.
You did this at the end of your video, heart. I actually pictured two dicks going through, like, you know, you hearting two dicks in between your hands. Is that what they're doing in this video is sexual harassment. Because what they're doing is they're going up to young girls, dropping their pants, I mean in their underwear, okay? In their underwear, they then put a towel around them, and then pretend to do this. Okay.
And he also acted as though he wasn't encouraging the bullying his fans did.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, her video is linked down below. This has been a real talk on homosexuality.
Well, one of my commenters pretty much sums up my own thoughts on the matter here. Repzion also seeks to deflect culpability for his comment in his video, referring his subs to her video in what is clearly seen as, "Hey guys, I know you find her video as repugnant as me, so to help you out and do my dirty work for me, check it out, I made it real easy for you. Links in the description box, just in case you want to rush over there en masse and tell her how you really feel. Sticker, sticker." And then he wants to imply he bears no responsibility for Emanuela shutting down her account. He wants us to believe there is no cause and effect, and she just deleted her accounts on a whim. After all, he didn't tell them to leave nasty comments. No, and how could he ever have the foresight to anticipate that they would do so after whipping their moral outrage into a frenzy? No, mere coincidence. Just like how the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Fred Durst were in, quote, no way responsible for the widespread carnage, rioting, and rape that went down during their appearances at the 30th anniversary of Woodstock. Anyway, I've dealt with that before in the last two videos, but I want to play a new clip of MrRepzion here because it appears that overnight MrRepzion has suddenly changed his view 180 degrees on simulating masturbation being sexual harassment.
Why is Undertaker pissed at me? Because I masturbated or pretended to masturbate in front of a preacher who was telling people that they're in sin for the clothes that they wear and that they are wrong for wearing skimpy clothing at Freak Night. That's why. And he went back to one of my older videos where I said that I would never find public masturbation comedic, fake public masturbation comedic. And now I do. So yeah. Yeah, I know. It was I was laughing under my mask because literally this preacher was standing there literally trying to give girls and guys these little tracts that were saying that you're in sin. What's the word biblically that they use to describe sexual perversion? Like, is it sodomy? No, not sodomy. There's a certain word, sexual immorality. Because they're in bikinis and they're wearing like G-strings and stuff on the streets of Seattle. And here's this preacher just telling people that they're going to hell. So I stood right next to him and I pretended to masturbate. You know, that fap action, just going like that. I didn't actually have an erection, so it's not like I could actually look realistic doing it, but... And from somebody who's Deadpool masturbates all the time, so all the more reason to do it, right? Yep, I'm a hypocrite all the way. Technically speaking, I understand why people would call me that, but my views changed. I find masturbation to be comedic now, so...
But of course, this is very convenient for him, but more than a little ironic, considering the heavy moralizing tone he took on this only half a year ago. In fact, he appears to take pains to get right up there on his high horse to condemn this. Or let me be precise, condemn this, but only of course when there are children around.
But I don't find this, and I will never find this type of behavior funny. So the question then remains, are you and me going to tolerate this sort of behavior on YouTube as quote-unquote entertainment? Because if this is what you and me consider entertainment, then I don't want to be part of YouTube anymore, because this is sick and perverted material.
So anyway, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A self-described perverted hypocrite. Now, I'm sure that many of MrRepzion's fans are not as screwed up in the head as he is, and do not realize the kind of person they are looking up to. And I want to see if they agree with this kind of behavior or not. So long.
And maybe I'm just perverted like that, but, and maybe I'm just perverted like that, but, and maybe I'm just perverted like that, but I don't find this, and I will never find this type of behavior funny.
I said that I would never find public masturbation comedic, fake public masturbation comedic, and now I do.
Are you and me going to tolerate this sort of behavior on YouTube as quote-unquote entertainment? Because if this is what you and me consider entertainment, then I don't want to be part of YouTube anymore, because this is sick and perverted material. And maybe I'm just perverted like that, but
I'm a hypocrite all the way.
But,
How do I deal with regret? By not getting in a situation where you regret things. By not making bad decisions.
And maybe I'm just perverted like that, but
I'm a hypocrite all the way.
If you liked this video, subscribe. And don't forget to check out my novel, Alaris, The Lances of Light, on Amazon Kindle in the description below. Now you can find us on Facebook at Idealism and Science versus Atheism. This mind is the matrix of all matter.